I wouldn't go back. For $100 an hour job, I wouldn't go back.
Interesting.
I would not go back at all. Getting up in the morning, doing what you have to do, and rushing to go and punch the clock to make somebody else rich. You get to decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. And us, we work really hard. So it pays off because we're working for ourselves instead of giving all our energy and everything to somebody else to make them rich so they can live a good life. In the U.S., we're kind of groomed to be an employee. Work for someone.
Like my friend said, he is in Ohio. He said, I have tried four times and I have to go back.
Really?
Yeah, 4 times. He said, man, I wish I can do it. Everybody wanted to come home. About 90%. Who wanted to get up in the morning and go and clock and, stress? Yeah, no, everybody wanted to come home, but they're scared that when they get home, the money will get finished and then they have to go back. When you are in overseas, you might think that people like you, family members love you, but when you come here and stay, their attitude is different. Yeah, I think Ghana is expensive. Ghana is not what you think. When you convert the money to dollars, you might think that it's not expensive, but the money runs like river. So when you come and think that Ghana is cheap and you are coming to spend your money like United States, you can't last. You will go back. Now, I don't think about to become a millionaire. I just want to live my simple life. If I can buy something, whatever I want, I can buy it. I'm okay. I don't want to be a millionaire. No, I don't.
I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't go back. For $100 an hour job, I wouldn't go back.
Interesting.
So more Americans are leaving the United States for good, according to international experts.
From the bustling street of the USA to the serene fields of Ghana. Join us as we dive into the incredible journey of Maxwell Mensah and Kimberly Mensah. They traded the urban life for rural farming, and today we will see how they are thriving in their new community. Welcome to their inspiring story.
You ever think about hopping on a plane and never coming back?
I would not go back at all. I will stay here, live this life, and continue to grow and learn and enjoy it.
I think people are beginning to wonder if the U.S. is as great as they always thought it was.
Maxwell Mensah and Kimberly Mensah are a couple who decided to relocate from the USA to Ghana. They sold their home and everything and didn't look back. They built a new home here in Ghana, in the village, where they live just like the locals do. They have their own farm, their own garden, as well as their own livestock, chickens, goats, sheep, you name it. Today, we dive into their life to see how their day-to-day life goes and how much their life has changed over the years after relocating to Ghana.
My life has changed a lot because sometimes, unless you come here and you see that there is a change, even, the food, and like in the evening like this, we come and sit down here and just watching the animals, they will come to us and we, it's like, it's real life. But when you are in the United States, what we are seeing here, you won't see it, It's hard even to find a goat or a hen or anything like that. So, our life has changed very, very well. For good. I will say that, and I won't trade it for anything.
The purpose of having the meat here, all the animals here, is to provide our own meat, our own protein source. So it's kind of like a job, right? So you don't have to go out and buy the meat. So you don't trade your time for money somewhere and then take your money and go and buy meat from someone. So it helps.
are some of the biggest cultural adjustments you had to make, and how did you overcome that?
One of them is, in US, I'm used to being totally independent and able to go anywhere, just go and simple, this is the price, I buy something and come. But here I've had to adjust and learn like prices and learn how to bargain and learn places to go. So as I'm learning that, I'm adjusting now. I'm able to go around and buy stuff that I need. Let's see. I guess the language, I'm picking up on the language, kakra, kakra. I'm learning it little by little. I think that's about it. The other cultural, I don't guess it's a cultural thing. The farming life is something I've always wanted to do, so.
Has your daily routine and lifestyle changed since moving to the village?
100%. 100%. It has changed. Instead of getting up in the morning, doing what you have to do, and rushing to go and punch the clock to make somebody else rich, I still get up. I get up at 4 and do my things in the house before I come down here. And this is my work. This is my work. The chickens, I care for them every morning. The animals, make sure the dogs have everything they need. My grandson, make sure he gets off to school. If my husband's going to the farm, I make sure he has what he needs. So that is the first part of my day, working in the garden. And then once it starts getting hot, it's inside, for working inside, doing the things around, doing whatever, house chores, YouTube, and then evening time, it's back out with the animals. So it's a full day. I won't say that it's, I'm kicked back drinking lemonade all day. It's a full day of work, but it is so fulfilling. And you get to decide what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, how you're gonna do it. And us, we work really hard. So it pays off because we're working for ourselves instead of giving all our energy and everything to somebody else to make them rich so they can live a good life. So that's what I would say for me.
Would you say you were at one point worried that she would be able to adjust to the Ghanaian way, the Ghanaian lifestyle, considering you being a Ghanaian and she coming from a different society?
No. Why would I say no? Because when we were in the United States, she loved Ghana, and especially when he sees African people, like, especially when you come from Ghana, then it's a lot of stuff that she wanted to know. And sometimes I used to work at Polo, and the workers, the Ghanaians, will come and tell me, he said, is this lady immigration lady? Because she asked a lot of questions about Ghana. So people were kind of a little bit scared that all the questions that they are asking, maybe she's FBI or something, but she loved Ghanaians and she loved Africans. So when we were coming here, I know that she will make it. And as a matter of fact, she was the one who, let me put it this way, forced us to come here. Because she said, when you are in the United States, you will not get respect, right? But it's not that you won't get respect. You are African. Even if you are Black American, it's a little bit, you were born there and all those kind of stuff. But you are African. So she said that there is a lot of opportunities here. So why don't you move so that you will get the respect that you deserve? So in my mind, I know she will she will adjust to it.
Ladies, what do you got for me? Thank you, Missy. How are the ladies? Huh? Ladies, you got me some eggs? Huh? Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Did you lay me an egg today? Did you lay me an egg, Missy? Did you? Each one lay one? Ladies. Thank you.
How many eggs did you get so far?
I have 30.
About 30.
Yeah, one crate.
Okay, now what's the advantage of having a farm in your own land, in your own home?
Number one, which is very important for chickens, you control the environment. You control how many eggs you pick. I pick this many eggs, I'm gonna get this many eggs. Sometimes if you have other workers and stuff, maybe at a farm far away, you have to be really careful because maybe you won't retrieve 30 eggs for yourself. So the other thing is right here at the house. I wake up when it's time to come out. I take care of them every day, and I don't have to go somewhere to go out to work. You know, and this is it. Yeah, and the people come, they ring the bell when they want to buy egg, and there you have it.
We started with this ones here when we came because it's something that we wanted to do. So we said, okay, let's start with 30. So 30 female and 30 male. So we kept them. So these ones are a little bit old. Yeah, so what we did is that after the 30, we went to 300. And now we're thinking about 1,200 maybe at the end of the month. So, you know, we started gradually to know how, because these chickens, you have to understand them. And sometimes you see that they're sick, and you just have to pay attention to them. You know, a lot of people in United States that I talked to, they wanted to have a chicken farm. But you have to be attentive to them. Because if you are not careful, you can lose them in 2 days, all of them.
Wow, to what, sickness?
Sickness. So you have to pay attention. Sometimes you come and you look, you will see that some are very quiet. Then those ones you have to separate them.
Because they are getting sick.
They are getting sick, and when you leave them, you know, it will affect all the other ones.
Isolation centers.
Yes, we have, you see the little cages, yes. And some of them are not laying. So if they are not laying, we try to put them in the other cage there and feed them extra and see if they will lay. And most of them lay, yeah. So that's how it happened.
I mean, I see how you were just even explaining the details of the birds, the type, how to pay attention to them. You know what you're doing. How did you learn this, you know, craft of taking care of, you know, the chicken, the goat? Did you have to learn, or it just came to you naturally?
No, what I did was that there was one guy who we bought all the chickens from them, and I asked questions. You know, sometimes you have to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, you will know. You know, so what I did was that I asked questions, and the guy was willing to teach me, and what my wife to write it down all the time, whatever he says. So we learn from it, and we're still learning.
From the locals.
Yes, yes. So we're still learning. So that even the guy even told us that we keep the records, and he don't even understand why we always keep the record like that. But I told him that, hey, you know, if you wanted to do something, you have to pay attention on what you are doing, because if you don't do that, you will never get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did. I mean, after 30, we went to 300, and you know, some died, but not, I mean, a lot, not a lot. But at the end of the day, we sell the eggs. It brings a little bit of income. You know, whatever we sell can produce their feed and all those kind of
Take care of
them and all those kind of stuff.
Now, I wanted to ask, I mean, people have reached out to you guys to obviously be able to live like you. What are some of the things they say to you when they reach out to you?
They just really want to live a different life. They want to get out of the entrapment of, what in the U.S. we're kind of groomed to be an employee. Work for someone and get your paycheck and go and have your house and whatever. And they just like the fact of homesteading is what we call it there, homesteading, raising your own food, being kind of self-sufficient to an extent, and just being less stressed. Animals themselves and nature itself is a form of relaxation. Like even though we're working, it's like therapy, right? So they just want that kind of lifestyle. They don't want to grow old, go to a nursing home and die. They want to be able, you see a lot of the older folks that have gardened, that have kept animals and stuff, they're very strong and they live longer. So the people, they want a different way of life. And a lot of times it's, later in life that they realize it.
They have to go work all their whole life, tire themselves and realize that this is the real life. This is what they've been, working hard to get.
Right.
So they eventually come back to. Why don't we go to that now that, most people are young now? Why do you think that is? Because when I was coming, I interviewed a young boy. He was helping there was a sack right there, right? And there was maize, and he was helping his mom pack the maize into this sack. And I asked this young boy, do you enjoy what you're doing? He said no. I'm like, do you see yourself grow up to be a farmer? He said no. He'll probably be a police officer than to do what he's doing. Yeah. So why do you think we don't, have this mindset of realizing that this is a real life, this is the normal life everybody should be, living? So while we are on our way to go see this American couple who relocated to Ghana, we met a lot of farmers who are selling maize. They literally go to the farm, grow it from the scratch. Now come to Insaon, which is on the high street, to go into Kumasi or even Accra, and they sell it, And I was asking one of the women, what does she think about farming, and if it's even profitable? And that's what she had to say.
Oh, me a fukrache, me a fuache. When you for almost 30 years and I'm 30 years. Oh, a farm did it in Faso was so. Because we here for now you need now we do a brony now what the tune term. Now daddy two, we to that now the bronet is what. I do 2 weeks here, now the fertilizer ma. A chichira, no one man fertilizer. If it has 1 man 15, a chichira 1 man. Urea, a brother about one casas when you bet you would drag a crap over Yeska. It is no crow when you're any minute, a full year day for us.
Now it's very interesting the mindset that people have about farming. Normally when we grow up we don't want to be farmers because of how we think of farming. Farming is it's for the poor, you'd say. So even the young guy just said to me, listen, when I grow up I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this. I want to be a police.
I think what I've realized I've seen a couple videos and, spoken with people around, they think that farmers are poor. Maybe you see them out there in their dirty clothes or whatever, but who is gonna wear an outfit like this to come and farm? Nobody. They see farmers as poor. It's a mindset. They don't see them as rich. So I think that is a big problem. And they always want to go and buy something, right? They don't realize that the food they're buying outside, you don't know what chemicals they put on it to make it grow good and all of that. You don't realize. And I think the youth, maybe they're getting more into that teaching of, get a job, have a paycheck, that kind of thing. So I think for me, It starts with my grandson. You know, I'm trying to instill that in my grandchildren and teach them. Even if you don't, like our granddaughter, even if you don't like coming and doing this, you can manage it. You can manage it and hire somebody to do it. But you have to know it. Farming is the thing. The next pandemic hits, what does everybody do? They eat. Everybody eats. Sister, that wasn't nice. Everybody eats no matter what. So I'm instilling that, and I think it's a mindset change that they need to realize that farming is the way to go.
Yeah, with what you asked my wife in the beginning, a lot of people wanted to come home. I mean, I have a friend that calls me about 2 weeks ago, and he is so glad. I mean, friends in Canada call, he said, man, brother, you have made it. How can I make it like what you know, but the main thing is that when you come, like I told you in the last interview that I used to buy a lot of phone every year, but now I cut it. Yeah, and most of the people, when they come, and even they wanted to do, let's say, poultry, they assigned people to do it, and they lean back. It's not gonna work.
Down to shambles.
Yes, it will not gonna work. You have to get your hand dirty. Go in there with them. When I go to the farm, I mean, anytime I go to the farm, could you believe last time I went to the farm, they were planting corn. When they were planting the corn, as soon as I get there, I saw 4 people. Okay, one have a stick, he's using the stick to dig, and 3 people were putting the corn in. So when somebody have corn, you put 3 in, then the other guy dig another hole, then another one come and put 3. Wow. So when I get there, I said, whoa, and my farm manager was there. I said, why is it 4 people in 1 lane? I said, no, it's supposed to be 2, because when you lay the, what we call the rope, when one is digging, you know, you are just putting
so 2 in a lane.
2 in a lane. So you have to be there. And now, now they know that when I go there and you tell me that this is what you have done, this is what you have done, I say, no, let's go and let me go see by myself. You know, like I went 3 days ago, you know, I have a cocoa farm, and when I went, I have to go walk through the cocoa farm, every corner, asking questions. So a lot of people wanted to make it, but the main thing is that when they come, they wanted to be boss.
To be bossy around.
Yeah, not bossy, but just be boss
like
and
laid back.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when you come in the morning, before our helper will come here, I'm the one who sweep this place. I have my, when I come in the morning, my wife is doing this one. When we wake up in the morning, I have gym, maybe you will see it. So I work out, and then after that, I come here. You will see me sweeping all this compound.
Wow.
Every day, unless I go to the farm. You know, and you will see me carrying the cassava when it's dry. Yeah, I carry it on my head and come and put it here. You know, you don't
like you're better than that.
Right. You just have to, you want it to stay, right? If you want it to stay, then a lot of stuff have to be changed. Because if stuff hasn't, you don't want to change it, then it's hard. Like my friend said, he is in Ohio. He said, I have tried four times and I have to go back.
Really?
Yeah, 4 times. He said, man, I wish I can do it. You know, and one of my friends too has come. He said he will come home and we will sit down and we will talk and then see. Everybody wanted to come home. About 90%. Who wanted to get up in the morning and go and clock and, I mean, stress? No. Everybody wanted to come home, but they're scared that when they get home, the money will get finished and then they have to go back. You know, so what I've been telling people that you have to get your hand dirty.
Don't. If not, then some people can even cheat you, right?
Right.
You're really making money, but then you don't see it. Other people just steal it from you.
Right.
You know, one of the guy who sold this chicken for us, the guy told me that you know, he's into poultry, and he don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
He don't.
He's always on the farm.
Yes,
Always.
with the workers. When they pick in the egg, he's right there. He said, even when you leave it to them, they will hide the egg and sell it secretly.
I've heard a lot of this. that
Yes.
most people
Yeah.
do this. It's workers' attitude in general.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're right. Because one guy too was telling me that he find out that they were taking the sawdust and they have egg on top of the sawdust. So they're taking it outside and there is egg.
Opening their own company on the side.
No, yeah. So when the ladies come and buying it, they tell them that I have some of the stuff here and let's go. I'll give it to you this price. So how will you make it?
So the sooner or later you just run out of.
Right, and then you have to run back to United States because the people has duped you, you know. So that's why you have to be there. When you open a, yeah, when you are, you know, you wanted a poultry farm, and you're not gonna be there, I won't. It's not
You
advisable.
might as well not start it.
Right, right, because so-called good people that you think, no, they are not. They are not. They will tell you they will do it, this, that, but no.
Is it because of the conditions they are in that makes them do that, or they are necessarily bad people?
No, it means that, you know, Ghanaians, we have this mentality that, okay, you have a poultry farm, so you are rich. I wanted to get there. You know, so I have to make money. And you couldn't believe the farm. Those who do the spraying for me, right? You spray and I pay you. But the bottle that you spray, if you spray one bottle, I pay you for the one. So what they do is that instead of using one milk can to pour it, they put maybe 2, 3 to get it quicker. So at the end of the day, if you more and it's costing you a lot of money to buy the product and to pay them, so how can you make it if you are not there?
I see. I see. That's so true. And that's what most people most diasporans failing in Ghana don't do. They don't micromanage heavily. They just be the boss and trust it to their employees. And then they just ruin everything.
Can't do that
You
here.
can do that. You can do that.
And I don't think they're bad people, like you were saying. I think it's a mindset. And I think they don't see the future. That's what I see a lot here.
They don't understand the cost.
Right. So a lot of times I'm thinking to myself, when you do a job and you do it well here, you know, my husband is more than fair and more than generous and will pay. But you don't think about finishing the job well here, so we will go ahead and recommend you to someone else. You just want to get your money. You don't care how it is, and you move on to the next thing. They don't think about the they don't think about the future. And my husband will always give them extra if they do a good job. They come every day. They come on time. You know it. I mean, it's hard. But I think it's a mindset because it's normal. It's normal to them.
Is it like that in the United States?
No.
No, because United States, you just get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you get fired.
Yeah. So when somebody employ you, they employ you for 3 months. So if they don't like you, they can let you go in 3 months.
You're late 1, 2, 3 times, you're out.
Yeah.
You call out of work or don't show up and you don't call. That is a no call, no show. You're fired.
Yeah.
Go and find another job. You obviously didn't want to work.
Yeah. So
what makes it difficult for us here in Ghana to fire when we see, you know, employees doing the wrong things? What makes it hard? Because I've seen people who always complain about their employees that I see this person do this, but they don't fire them. They just always keep complaining about it.
the most why people don't do that is that sometimes it's family members, and sometimes too they know your brother. So when you started firing them, they come and apologize. Why, you know, consider him, and why this, you know, give him another chance. But in the U.S., if you don't show up 2 days, you understand that you get yourself fired. But here,
It's not up for discussion.
No, yeah, no call,
It's in
no
the
show.
handbook.
Yeah, it's in the handbook.
You signed the paper
Yeah.
saying you got the handbook.
Yeah, so they call it no call,
No call, no show.
So you yourself know. I used to work at Polo, and they give you, I think, 7 days, sick time, and all this kind of.
Like a leave.
Yeah, they give you all. I think they have 2 weeks vacation, sick leave, and all those kind of things. But when you accumulate all, and then the next day you are late, you're gone. You fight. Yes, yes. And that's
Go and
what.
find another job.
Sometimes when you get to the parking lot, somebody parked their car and run in because they know that when 1 minute
They are gone.
they're gone.
Yep.
So they have to get there in time. And most of the people use all their vacation
Yeah.
and it's gone. So they are in borrow time.
And that's the kind of discipline I think that we need here.
We need, yeah.
How do you think we can be able to teach this into the young folks to understand that doing this the right way, being disciplined, making sure you're not cheating is for your own good and not for your boss' sake? How do you think we can be able to do that?
Yeah, what we have to do, and most of the time too, we don't have workers. Even the people are around, like the guy that is helping us here. Sometimes he doesn't come. Sometimes he won't show up. Sometimes before he will show up, I already done half of the work. And I say, come on, you are working and I have to pay you. But the way you are working, but when I let him go, I wanted, if I get somebody, I will let him go.
But it's nobody.
There is nobody.
It's the best out of everybody.
Right, so I have to maintain
He
him.
comes sometimes.
You know, so if I find somebody, I will let him go because sometimes the whole week he show up 2 times.
Why? Is it like he's busy or what?
No, he just, I don't know.
Motivated.
There
No,
you go.
yeah.
Maybe he always gets something to eat and a place to sleep, so he doesn't.
Yeah,
relax.
especially when it rains in the morning, early in the morning, I know he ain't gonna show up.
You gotta, when it rains, everything shuts down.
Everything shuts down.
So that's
There-
what it is.
Even in U.S., when it snows, and it can snow deep, and if that area normally it snows deep, you don't have excuse. I mean, once in a while, yeah, they can say the roads, but they're not going to buy that all the time. So
So that's what we're dealing with. They said if you need, is it iron?
yes, if your blood is low
If
or
your
you have
blood
low
is low,
iron,
and you cook this one, it tends to be reddish.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a little thick.
And you cannot drink it continuously. You have to be maybe 2 times and that's it.
It's very powerful.
Yes, yes. So
They have
Yeah.
a lot of iron in it.
they have a lot of
The
iron.
pawpaw
Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew this one from seed.
See,
from the seed.
yeah,
This one, and then those
yeah.
over there,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
That
grew
was
it,
even,
yeah.
I was gonna do compost.
Oh, wow.
But then I decided I have compost down here
So you-
without
you're
all the
saying-
work.
You slice the pawpaw into pieces, the black things.
Yes.
You put it in the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
that's it.
Yeah. And then we transplanted it from there. I choose some and then I put it here.
I have a question. Now, mostly the fruit in America has no seed.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
GMO, or whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
does it mean that if I buy the fruit from the supermarket, I can't grow it? and
Right.
have fruit?
No, there is no seed. Orange have no seed. At the end of the day, papaya doesn't have what we call seed. A lot of fruit
That's why I
doesn't.
look into the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and tomatoes, even tomatoes doesn't even have seed. Watermelon
They
doesn't
do,
have seed.
they do have some too that have seed. But the thing is that they use so many chemicals and fertilizer and, it's not natural. And then they genetically modify the stuff. So even when you grow it, when you take the seed to grow it the next year, it won't grow. So that's why at first I got a whole bunch of seeds. And then they told me, well, as I was watching YouTube, it's suggested that you get non-GMO heirloom seeds. So when you do that, they'll grow continuously year after year. But if you just do your regular run-of-the-mill, you won't even get the yield from the plant that you want.
Because they would die out.
Yeah.
So we have some seed that a sister brought us from United States. It's pepper, and my wife brought some of the seed. This pepper,
It's
Came
Carolina Reaper.
yeah,
Very, very hot. These peppers, yeah, they're very, very hot. And you see we need to weed again. It's constant. There's some garden eggs and turkey berry in here.
you see, this is the what do we call the salad?
Some of it is arugula. It's like a salad mix. Arugula, greens,
You see,
lettuce. I think a lot of it's arugula because it's kind of peppery taste. And bok choy, or Chinese cabbage.
What is that?
It's bok choy. They use it in some Chinese dishes, but here I learned that it's called Chinese cabbage. This is bok choy. It comes in stalks, almost like celery, but softer. And it's very good for you. So I'm just waiting.
Yes.
Eggs.
garden eggs.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are a different type of garden eggs too that he just got. So we're trying them.
Yeah.
How has the local community received you, and what role do you play within the community?
What normally we do is that when we came, we try to be familiar with a lot of people that are around us, especially the motor guys. You know, when you came, you know, you ask about, you know, they know who I am, because we don't raise ourselves up like we're bigger than anybody. You know, if you come and you won't even know that people will say that I'm from United States anyway. But we are calm. You know what I'm saying? People come and we just don't limit them. You know, we talk to them, we come together. You know, when some people ask something, you know, you just give it to them. Sometimes they said they wanted to borrow something, like my wife said. She always said that if you know you're gonna give it to them, and if they don't pay and it's gonna be a problem, don't do it. But
if you can let go of it.
if you can let it go, then give it to them.
Yep.
So sometimes they come, you know, I said, okay, I can't do it all, take this. And, you know, and we are very, very fine. I mean, the whole neighborhood, everybody knows us. And we talk to them, we say hi, my wife greet them. And, you know, so that has helped us for every one of the people in the neighborhood to be close to us and to know us.
What are some of the significant challenges you've faced since moving to this community, and how you've been able to address them so far?
One of the major things is the road.
The road.
The road was horrible. We have one section of the road called the River Jordan. And even before we came, we shipped a container. That container, I believe it had to sit there 4 hours, right? For the water to go down before it could even pass. So that is one of the huge challenges when we came. And then my husband was riding his bike and then was able to organize people and come together here and form an association so that they can come together. We can pitch in together and do the road. A lot of people are complaining, the government, but in the meantime, like my husband always says, you're bumping on the road, you're breaking your car and everything. You can't even pass. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Government can take 20 years. So as organizing the community together, we get to know ourselves. And for me, I always tell them, I want to know what you do. What is your business? Do you sell something? What do you sell? Because if I'm buying something, I want to come within the community that's helping build ourselves up, and I want to buy it from you. So that, I think, was one of the main challenges, was the road. And together, you know, we've been able to come together and do something. It's passable now. It's passable. It still needs some work, but we're doing it little by little. If you go that way, you will see the piles of stones. So we have purchased that, and now they will come together and then ask people for help. And then the moto guys are excellent. They always will come for some food. They'll work if you give them some food. So they'll come and help spread it. I think that, to me, would be one of the main challenges that we had.
Now, I want to ask, I'm curious about your marriage, right? Now, the impact this moving have had on your marriage, how has it, moving into this farmland or even having this kind of lifestyle impacted your relationship?
Yeah, I mean, when we were in the United States, normally my wife is my friend, and normally I don't go nowhere from work to home, she too from work to home. So we have lived so long before we came here. But here, we live in the same lifestyle. That's what I was trying to say, is that if you wanted to bring somebody, your loved ones with you to Ghana, make sure that they love it. Not so when you come, you're going to have a lot of problems. Because my wife, like I said, she always asks questions, to know more, and you cannot come and started, trying that I'm going to see my friends, leaving her alone, because first of all, you have to know that she don't know anybody here. So at least you can't just leave her here like a Ghanaian woman who can, go to their family and all those kind of stuff, So you make sure that you do that. Don't just leave her here and go to your friends today, tomorrow, and then it will be a problem. So it's something that you have to be very careful when you are bringing your wife. Yeah, you have to know that.
What would you say in addition to that?
I think in the U.S., I'm used to going out and getting everything that is needed for the household, running all the errands, doing all the running. Here, I can't really do that. So a lot of it was put on my husband as well, and he wasn't used to that. And now he has to navigate back here again, which is kind of like a new situation because Ghana has changed a lot, according to what I've heard people say who have left and come back. He's having to navigate too. And then also, if I need something, like for food, for cooking, for a house, whatever I need, now I have to go to him and ask him and wait for him to have time. And it's just different. And I think, like he said, we've been together for a long time. We know each other very well. So the other thing I see is that we get to do things a lot more together. And like he was saying, sitting down there at the edge of the pond in the evenings. In U.S., we don't get to do that. He comes home by 6 o'clock. He leaves at 2 in the morning. By the time he comes home from his first job, I've already left. And then, I come home and I'm doing things and running errands and stuff like that before he gets home at 6. Well, everybody's exhausted. So you're going to do whatever you're going to do in the evening, take your shower, go to bed, get up the next day. Even Saturday is overtime. Sunday is church. Those were the times we got to spend together. But here we get more time. We're free. We're both doing, I believe, what we love.
Yeah.
I always wanted to farm. I was born in upstate New York in the country. I love the country. And so I think, I've always wanted to do this. I even grew Ghana yam at the house we had in U.S., but they were just small.
It came, yeah.
It came, but it was very small.
The soil was not good.
No good.
Well, and it was getting to be almost winter.
Winter time. Yeah.
So it didn't like the cold. I grew mango tree.
She grew mango too.
Mango in the US.
Yeah,
But it died because, it was winter. But I grew moringa and so I like doing it, but I never got to do it on this scale. So I think the life here, there have been certain challenges, which is with life, but I think putting Christ in the center of everything, and both of us doing our best to live for Jesus brings us together and helps everything, you know, be able to work well.
I like that. In our earlier conversation, a lot of people commented down below, and obviously your wife is, you know, from a different ethnicity, and I remember in the conversation you said that you will not be treated nice in America because you are African and because of the color of your skin, right? And then recommended you move to Ghana, right? But obviously she is now on the other receiving end of it, right? Where she's a little different than the local people are. How do you react to, you know, some of the things they treat her? I mean, calling her names like Obroni, and how do you react to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think all is positive because Ghanaians are loving people. You know, Ghanaians doesn't hate like that. So, you know, they treat her very nice because Ghanaians are lovely people. So that's what I'm gonna say. They don't, even when you come from United States, you know, people even treat you, I'm not talking about Ghanaian, like Black Americans or anybody else. When they come here, they treat them very nice. I remember when we went and get our Ghana card, she got hers quicker than me. She got hers quicker than me. And I said, oh, me being a Ghanaian, she had hers and I'm still struggling to get mine. So Ghanaians are lovely. They love, you know, foreigners
Like
and all those.
foreigners nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. They do. They do.
And I think the Obroni, they always call me that, and I always wave, and I always tell my grandson, I say, you see, I'm famous. They didn't call you, they called me. They didn't call your name. You see, Nana, they know me.
It's very interesting that you interpret it that way and don't take any offense. Because, unfortunately, I've met few African Americans who almost said that word Obroni sounds to them like somebody calling them the N-word.
Yeah. I think their background is different though. You understand? They've been through a lot more in the States than I have. You know, if I'm seen by myself, now if I'm seen with my husband, there are some people that will go ahead and treat me different. But being a white lady there, you know, I have some type of privilege, I guess you would say. But the Black Americans, they don't have that. You know, they're always struggling that they're black, they're black, they're black. They're reminded all the time they're black. And I've even heard some say, when I'm here, I'm not black. I'm just a person. So I think that is probably why they take offense to that. Because they know that means like white person or something, and they do take offense to that, and that would be a suggestion I would make to Ghanaians, because I know they don't ever mean it in a bad way, but because of the hurt that generational hurt that they've gone through, it just hurts them a lot.
And to add it to what they say, when you call Obroni, you call everybody Obroni. To me, you know, Ghanaians think that as long as you come from
Abroad
and you don't
Obroni.
speak this thing, you are Obroni. But the Obroni means that white. So when you call somebody who is black white, you know, they're gonna get offended. You know what? It's like you calling somebody is let's say Akan. And then the person see you say Akuapimni.
I see.
So you're gonna tell, no, I'm not a Kuapimni.
But Akuapimni is also
it's
Akan.
I'm talking about maybe
I get the
Achim.
concept,
Yeah, if you are Achim and you know that you are Achim, and somebody calling you a Kuapim. So that's how they feel, you know, because when they are not white, so you call Obroni means white. So you are calling them white. So, you know, they won't take it, you know, I'm not white. So like somebody seeing you and saying white, white man, what you gonna say? You see, so when
I'm
they
going to be like,
right. So when they Ghanaians call them Obroni, you are telling them that they are white. They are not white. They're black.
I see.
You see, so that's why.
And it's a lot of deep-seated hurt.
What are your long-term goals for your farm, and how do you see your future here in Ghana?
Number one, to finish cultivating it and make sure we grow enough corn to supplement our animals as well, and reap the harvest from the coconut and the cocoa. I personally want to see us acquire more farmland. And for here, I'd like to see us be able to grow a good portion of what we consume, whether it be the protein sources, the vegetables and fruits that we have around, medicinal herbs and things like that, cooking herbs. And I really would like to help others be able to do the same thing. So the long-term goals, I don't see us sitting back and relaxing, although it sounds good, and that might have been the mindset before we came, but reality is, you know, just keep at it, keep working at it, employing people and taking good care of them, because we've been employees, we know what it feels like not to be appreciated, not to get paid what you're worth. So, you know, the work is hard. I'd like to see us be able to treat them well. Even the farmhouse that he has constructed, the 4 rooms, I'd like to see us, you know, add on to that a bit too for the workers.
Okay, our long-term goal, you know, sometimes we said man propose and God dispose, you know what I'm saying? So what I would say is that, you know, I wanted to make sure that we can help people who are in diaspora, because a lot of people wanted to have the same opportunity, you know, like last time I told you, during the the depression time, that was in 30s, you know, the Irish and all the Scotland, they all came to United States. But when things were getting better, they all went back. So my goal is to help those Ghanaians who are there or the diaspora who wanted to come here, to help them to establish. Because if they establish, our country will get better, you know. So my goal is to help them. And now we're trying to get farmland for a lot of those diaspora. At least I would tell people that when you are there, try to get at least 10 acres of land for yourself. Yeah, I mean farming. Okay. So I mean, anytime you come, you have at least 10 acres there that you can farm on it. You know what I'm saying? So our goal is to help those who wanted to come here and to stay, because if we are able to do that and get more people to come here, our country will get better. Like the land that we have sold for a lot of people down here, they are all from United States. If they all come and stay here, our road will get better. Because they all have the mindset of, you know, we all have the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? So our goal is to help people to establish those that they wanted to come and they don't know how they're gonna make it. You know, we can help them. And we wanted to establish our farm too, you know what I'm saying? So when we get more land, we can plant a lot of stuff for people, you know. We love the farm.
Yes. Now, this is your home, right?
Right.
Yes.
You built everything from the scratch?
Yes.
I see. Were you, okay, that's what you said someone was...
Our daughter built it for us.
Yes.
She did a very good job.
Yes, she did.
How many bedrooms is that?
We have 3 bedrooms.
3.
Talk about support system. So my question is, what support system have you relied on, both locally and also from abroad, to help you settle and succeed in, you know, this farming and this endeavor you both found yourself in?
I think that's Okay. What normally we did do was that, when we came, at least we get prepared a little bit. We have 50 acres farm, and it's all money, So sometimes a week it costs us almost about 7,000 to between 6 and 7,000 for the workers to be able to do what we want them to do. And at the end of the day, we have a little bit more, we sell lands too. So at the end of the day, we have the charges that we charge people. If you wanted us to find you a land, we have charges. We do that, and that helps a little bit. And the farming products too, sometimes we sell some, and it gives us a little bit income. And we have chickens that we've been raising, and that will give us a little bit of something. So at least at the end of the day, it helps. We have things coming up a little by little that we can, it helps us to sustain ourselves. So, yeah.
Interesting. Now, I find it interesting. A weekly, for how many employees do you have so far for the farm?
So far, we have 3 workers that we pay them monthly, and weekly at the farm. Sometimes we have between, average will be like maybe 15, 10, but sometimes we do have about 25 people. Sometimes
So
we
like
have.
contracts, they come in as
They
a part-time?
come, yes. Like last time, they came and they were doing the weed, the spraying, and it was almost about 15 to 16 people. Those that they were carrying waters, and those that they were spraying, and it was about 15 to 16 people.
I see. I like
Yeah.
that. Now, 7,000 cedis a week is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a
I mean,
lot.
if we don't spend that, if a week that we haven't done anything, at least 4,000.
4,000
Yeah.
a week, not a
A
month.
week.
Yes.
There must be money in farming.
No. I mean, even when I drive my truck there, a month it costs me 2,000
I see, to the farm.
to the farm.
How long is the farm from your home?
It's like almost 3 hours, between 2 hours and 45 minutes to the farm. Yeah.
And I think for the support system, it works for both of you.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. And so for abroad, you don't rely or depend on anybody abroad?
Our daughter is there, and she does help us. She sends us, make sure we have our internet, and she gave her dad some money here and there, but she's doing her best, and she helps us like that. But as far as like a regular, like people think we're retired or something and have retirement, no. And even when we get to that age, the farm is the retirement. So we don't have that kind of, financial thing that we know, oh, we're going to have our 401k or
Like
something.
A safety net or something?
Yeah, no. And what I would say is the most important support system is Jesus.
Jesus, okay.
That's it. That's the most important.
That was it.
Because he is the one that, allows things to grow, allows things to happen. He's just the one who guides us in everything. So we're trusting in him.
I like that. Now, my next question is advice for other people. What advice will you give to other expatriates or people considering a similar move and lifestyle change? People who want to just come have a farmland. I think we spoke briefly about it earlier on, but give an official advice to people who are ready to embark on this journey similar to yours, having a farmland, having acres of land, farming what you guys have been farming, the nitty-gritty of it. Behind cameras we were talking about how to even manage employees and stuff like that. So if you have any advice, I would prefer 3 advice for people. What would that advice be?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to come here, you know, like I was telling you, you have to at least, if you live in diaspora, you have to try to get you a land. I'm not talking about land that you will build on it. Get you a farmland. At least get 10 acres. Get you a farmland. And then from there, you know, you will go later, you will decide what to do on it, you know. And secondly, too, you know, when you are in overseas, you might think that people like you, family members love you. But when you come here and stay, their attitude is different. So don't rely on those people who are here and thinking that, oh, they are so good to you. So, you know, everything you wanted to give it to them. You know, sometimes you have to come here and see the rare people that you are dealing with. Because when you are there, you send money, you give them money. So they love you.
Yeah.
But when you come here and the dollars are not coming, you will see the rare person who really love you. So this is advice that I will give it to the people overseas. Please, do not think that, okay, they are doing this for me. When I call them in the night, they pick the phone, they go here for me, they do it. No, but when you come and they don't get what they used to get, you're going to see difference. So I'm just advising everybody that just be very careful. Don't think that they are all good and all those kind of stuff. Yeah.
So they help you because they know what they can get from you.
They help you because they know what they can get from you.
And when that sees, they change and become
They
a different
change.
person.
You know, so you have to be very, very careful because they know what they can get. At the end of the day, they know what they can get.
Because
Nothing is free. It's coming. But when they come and they find out that no, it's not coming like the way it used to, then everybody leave you alone. But sometimes they don't know that you are just testing them to see who they are. Because when you are smart, you have to do that. You know, like a friend of mine was saying that, you know, he used to help a lot of people here. But when he came, he saw the rare people that he was dealing with. So don't just thinking that, oh, when I send them, they will go. When I do tell them this, they will do it. No, because they know what they are getting. But when you are here, it's different.
So I think a tip I would give is, okay, people want to move to Ghana. Ghana is vast. Ghana is huge. What I tried to share with them on the channel, and I try to inspire them, know what you want. So you have to start with the end in mind, right? So you start knowing, what do you want your life to be like? How do you want your life to be? Like, does it look like this? If it looks like what we're doing, then that's fine. Do you want to live way far out in the middle of nowhere where it takes you 3 or 4 hours to get into Accra to do anything you want to do? You have to know what you want. How do you want your life to look? And then you can move from there. I've seen, and we've spoken with too many people that have just bought land sight unseen without answering these questions. So that's what we try to ask people. What's important to you? Are you okay with it taking 3 hours to get to Accra if you want to make a day trip? If you are, then you can live out further. Cheap land is not always cheap. If you buy a piece of land that is cheap, way out in the middle of nowhere, how many poles are you going to buy? And how much electric line are you going to run? Solar is expensive. So cheap isn't always cheap. So, you know, I would say you will pay. How are you going to get your building materials there if there's no road? Are you going to pay to make the road? You know, it's a lot of different things. And if you're traveling far with the building materials, those things are good. That's going to cost a lot of money. So you have to, you know, have these conversations with yourself. What is important to you and your family? What are certain non-negotiables? Some people say they have to have lights all the time, they have to have internet, they have to have certain conveniences and things like that, and it's non-negotiable. Then you can go from there and see where you want to stay. If you truly don't care and you want to live way out, that's fine, but you have to know that. Then you have to know the things that you're going to face. So I think that is one. It is not the vacation Ghana, right?
The real Ghana.
The real Ghana, when you come to live here, you have to know, me, I'm a country girl. I love the farm. If you can see hear in my voice and see how happy I am when I'm at the farm. But I'm very thankful that my husband chose this area for us to be in. It still feels like country, but we are very close to anything we want to do in Accra. Anything you need to do, like the main offices are in Accra. So we're not too far out, but we're not too close either. So I think that is one tip. What is important, those who have children, how are you going to school your children? Because it can be quite expensive. So those are the things that I think we need to have a thought process about. You can't just say, I'm moving to Ghana, boom, I'm here. You will waste a lot of money and you won't make it. So I think to have a brainstorm session and know what you want, and then you can go from there.
A lot of people moved back because of the hype. It's trendy. They will see, famous people come here to do festivals and whatnot.
Right.
And then they just get, hyped up and just come prematurely, and they just leave. After the year of return, I think over 1.5, million people came. Out of that, about over 5,000 diasporans decided to stay permanently. Out of that 5,000, I've actually, in my own small circle, know about 5 people who literally had to go back. And I think you spoke about it briefly, where most people come here and they want to be the boss and sit behind instead of micromanaging things, and then they just kind of go back. What would you say to people to watch out or to do to ensure that they don't have to put themselves in a position where they have to now go back again to work for money, and then after they've been retired, right, they exhaust their money, go back again and have to force again and work themselves till they get another money to come try it again?
Yeah, I think Ghana is expensive. Ghana is not what you think. When you convert the money to dollars, you might think that it's not expensive, but the money runs like river. It just go. So when you come here and you have the mindset that, okay, I'm coming to stay, you have to think the way you do your things. Some people love to go and eat outside. Okay, I think my daughter just sent me money to go and eat at what we call a restaurant, and it costs a whole of money. Before we left there, it was almost 15,000.
Really?
1,500.
1,500, 1,500.
1,500.
See, that's like 2 months' salary of somebody.
You see? So when you come here and you wanted to go and eat at a restaurant, you'll be in trouble. It's expensive.
Expect to pay the same as you would
Yeah.
in the US.
So, and moreover too, you are not getting paid every week or every 2 weeks.
Or every month.
Even when you bring, a household of money and nothing is coming, it will go very quick. So when you are coming here, have the mindset. My wife, she cooks. Hardly you will see us going to the restaurant. We have everything. We have farm. That's what I said. If you are there, try to get you a farmland. When I go to the farm, I bring cassava, plantain, everything, orange per,
You have plenty of food.
food.
You don't have to go out to buy it.
Right.
And you know
we-
how to cook, so you cook yourself.
We have
You don't to
animals
save your
here.
money.
Chicken, we don't need to go and buy chicken outside again. They are all over here. Eggs, we don't buy no eggs. You see, so there are certain things that you have to put in place before you come. So when you come and think that Ghana is cheap and you are coming to spend your money, like United States, you can't last. You will go back. You will go back, and like I said, everything that you wanted to do, even if you wanted to have a store or anything like that, be there 24/7. Don't leave to people to do it and trying to be the boss. In United States, even all the bosses work. The supervisors, the managers, they do work. They work hard. So why will you come here and leave everything to somebody and you just sitting at home? You're not going to make it.
Nobody would ever be as passionate about your business more than you would ever.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
Right.
you.
So, when I go to the farm, I'm serious. And I told them, I said, hey, it's money. It's really money. And I'm expecting you to do what you're supposed to do. And I told them, I said, I'm not here to just hand up. If I wanted to hand money to people, I got a lot of family members, I can just hand it to them. You are here to work. So let me see that you are working. If you are working, I'll give you money. But if you are not, you have to be serious with the people. Because not so, you can make it.
And you know how in the US we try to be more like politically correct when we are speaking with the employees. We are more on the soft side, right?
Yeah.
But here on the other side, if you do that, they look at you as, oh, this man is not serious and he's too friendly.
Right.
They don't take it until you act strict. Have you encountered anything like that? I mean, from what similar to-
being, I speak to them with polite, but they knows that what I'm saying, I'm serious.
You're serious, okay.
I'm
How
not.
do you teach people how to do it?
Like I went last time and I was expecting some work to be done. I called the guy and sit him down. I said, hey, I didn't like the way you did last time. I wanted to see more. And I'm serious about that. You are here to work. If I come and I don't see what I am expecting for you to do, then you will leave.
Okay.
And sometimes I talk to my manager and the workers. I talk to the manager, I say, we are coming to have an executive meeting. And when we have executive meeting, that doesn't mean that it's funny. Those who are at the top, they're going to show you what you are doing wrong and tell you where the business is going and expect you to lead the others. So I sit the manager down, talk to him and said, hey, the way things are going, it's not right. Like I told them, I said, the work that you are doing now, we have to take about a month, day and evening, for us to be able to catch up. If we don't do that, and we're going to work for only 3 hours and come home for the whole day, I said, this work is going to take us about 6 months, and we're going to get behind. So please, I need you. You go to work in the morning like 3 hours or 4 hours. In the evening, go and do 1 or 2 hours added to it. I say, if you do that in a month, things will change in this farm. But if you go and do all, that's what I tell you. You have to be there. You have to be there and see what. And now they know. When I get there, I don't go by what you say, though. No. If you tell me that, hey, this is what I do. I went one time, I think they were spraying the corn, right? And I think I talked to the manager and he said, oh, there is a lot of flooded water around the, inside the corn. So I told them to stop, their spraying. I said, oh, really? Flood? I said, okay, let's go. They said, I said, oh, I got my Wellington boot. Let's go. We're gonna go there. I said, yeah, I'm the one spending the money. I can't. I trust you, but like America, they said, trust and verify. You see, I trust you, but I will verify. So when we got there is no fraud.
Interesting.
And I said, so you let this guy didn't do any work today. You told me, and now he's saying that, okay, the ladies were, told him that there was, I said, you told me that there was flood. There is water there. Okay? But me now, they know that when you tell me something,
You verify.
oh yeah, I will go there. It's not that I don't trust you, but I will verify. So you let them know. So next time, they won't tell you any lie because they know that, hey, this guy, when he comes, he's going to go check.
You mean business?
Yes.
So they can't cheat you,
no.
lie to you. You can actually measure your growth and progress.
Right.
Progress.
Because at the end of the day, the money is coming from your pocket, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from them. You are paying them. You know. And you see how it is? Yeah, it's very, very painful. So
That's a very good advice. Now, I want you to add to that. What you said, in this that was very interesting is diasporans spending money in restaurants rather than cooking. Now, I realized that most people who came and failed, most of the young ones, they don't cook. Today, Monday, they are eating in Afrikiko. Tuesday, they are in Treehouse. Wednesday, they go to restaurant, spending. I think I had lunch with someone, and like you said, 1,500. That's like on a even cheap side. But with a family, let's say 3 or 4 people, we are looking at 2,000 cedis.
Yeah.
And they would convert in the US dollars. Oh, that's $150. That's fine.
Yeah.
In front of me, I saw a lady tip somebody 400 Ghana cedi.
Wow.
Tips. And she converts like, oh, that's nothing in the UK. I'm like, okay. But then I want you to add to this. What do you think diasporans are doing differently that is making them feel diasporans, as in African Americans who have no ties to Ghana, and then Ghanaians who are diasporans but have ties to Ghana? What are they doing differently that makes the other succeed? Because I think most Ghanaians who have ties here or grew up here and live in the diaspora are succeeding more than the African Americans who are moving back. So I don't know what you've been able to observe in this part. If you can share something.
Yeah, I think food is one. When you are coming here, you have to know that you are not getting paid every 2 weeks. So if you bring $100 and you use, let's say, $10 a week, it remains 90. I remember Stephen Harvey was saying something. He said the first time he made $1 million, he said he was so glad. He said, man, I make $1 million. And he told somebody that give this guy $1,000. And the one who was looking for his finances, he said, you don't have $1 million. It's short of $2,000 or $1,000. So now you are not a millionaire. So when you come here and you have, let's say, $100, and you go to the restaurant and eat 10 cedis, you don't have $100 anymore, though. It's 90. So you have to plan when you are coming here. If you don't know how to cook, find a way to know how to cook, because the restaurant is very expensive. Pizza, when you go 2-3 times, it's gonna cost you. So when you think you are coming to stay and you don't cook, you always want to go to the restaurant. You always want to give people money because it's like I'm giving $5. But here, it's money though.
Yeah.
Here, it's hard for people here to even give you 100 cedis. But those of us who has lived overseas, sometimes we just give 200.
Yeah.
But here, they won't do it. I remember one of the farmers, they came and work and, they were just giving them 5 cedis. But I feel like it's too small. I can't give anybody because of where I came from. You know what I'm saying? So all those kind of things, When they say when you go to Rome,
Do what the Romans do.
right. So if Ghanaians don't give 200 cedis, you too don't do that because you are coming to stay. And there is no income coming in now. You know, you have to know that there is no income coming in. What you have is what you have. So those of the people who came and couldn't stay, you know, there was no income coming in. And sometimes to the lifestyle, going out and eating and all those kind of stuff, and you know, some of the young ones partying and all those kind of stuff, money will be gone. You can't stay. You got to go back, right? Some of the Ghanaians, like a friend of mine was saying, he said, I have tried 4 times.
He has tried to move to Ghana 4 times.
Four times. He said sometimes he came, he stayed for 6 months, 1 year, but he have to go back. You know, so like I said, a lot of people come, they ask, they said, you know, questions. What did I have to do? I said, well, I tell them, whatever you wanted to do, you have to get your hand dirty. I don't know why people come here and they leave the work for people to do. In the United States, it's not like that.
Right.
The managers work hard.
It's true.
They work hard. Supervisor work hard. So why do you come here and you open a big store and leave it to somebody to take care of you, and you are around Kumasi, this and that and that. Before you come,
It has collapsed.
it's collapsed. It's yours. So you have to be serious, very, very serious on what you are doing. You know, if it's not, you know, like when I'm going to the farm, it costs a lot of gas, you know. If not, I'll go there 3 times every week. Oh yes, I used to go there twice.
Yeah.
And now I have cocoa. You know, there was some people that they were farming on the land and they have cocoa on it. So I told them, just harvest it and we will divide it into 2. But when they divide, when the harvest time comes, they don't give me anything.
Why?
They don't give me. They said the cocoa. One time somebody said he have 7 acres. He gave me only, he said 400. Mine is 400. And he sent me 250 and didn't send the rest. The off season, he said he got only 200 and sent me the 100 he didn't send me. So I decided that, okay, from now onwards, everybody out of the land. So
You do it by yourself.
yes, now I have hired some people. They have weeded almost about 10 acres of cocoa. I have pruned it. The agric officer came. The government was giving fertilizer and all those kind of. They gave me fertilizer. I sprayed it. He told me, he said, it's better for you to get you the machine yourself. You know, so I went and bought one machine. I think it's cost 5,500 for the machine, so that in case, you know, when you don't get any machine to spray, you have your own. You know, the pruning stick, I have some, I have bought some, you know,
In-house.
yes, and I'm on it. Now the cocoa, if you see the cocoa, they have weed all spray inside, and started with, even last time when I went, I have cocoa that is in the bush. It's almost about 2 acres.
Interesting. And they are all ripe?
No, it's not ripe. It's young cocoa.
cocoa, okay.
And they are not, you know, weeding the side, and you will see that the cocoa is suffering. Now I'm taking care of it. I'm on it. Like last time I went through all the farm, every corner, and I told them, because I wanted to plant cocoa to where there is no cocoa. So when I went inside, I saw there was a lady inside the farm that she is doing pepper. And I say,
She's planting pepper.
pepper, yeah, she got about 1 acre pepper. And I said, who gave this place to you? She said, well, I said, okay, you are weeding, right? I'm not, you know, you can still work here. I said, I'm giving you 1 week. I wanted to plant cocoa here. I have plantain, because when you planted cocoa, you have to plant plantain so that
Why is it like that?
because the plantain have a lot of water. Okay. So you plant the cocoa beside the plantain so that it can get the water from the plantain.
I see.
So when I went there, I said, yes, I have plantain. You can go and get some of the seedings. Plant it. When it grows, I don't need any of it. It's for you. What you got to do is just weed under the plantain and my cocoa, because I'm coming to plant cocoa here. So I said, I'm giving you just 1 week. If it's not done, I will do it myself. And the lady said, yo, I will do it. I said, you see, I'm very fair. I saw you do it. I said, I'm giving you the plantain. Come and do it. When it grows in 8 months, it's yours. Whatever it is, until my cocoa is up, then you leave the land. 1 week, he hasn't planted anything. I told my workers to go plant the, yes. Yeah. So you have to be on it. Yes, not so everything that you wanted to do, it will not get done.
Collapse.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. We're almost at the end.
Okay.
Before we seal this off, I want to ask of what have you seen in your own life in terms of personal growth and reflection, and how has this experience changed you personally, and what have you learned about yourself through this journey of moving to Ghana? You can start and then.
Wow, it's a deep question.
Yeah.
I think I've realized, and it's changed me in a way that I'm more appreciative of the freedom that I have here, more appreciative of being able to grow my own food. There are places that I've heard of, even in the States, that if you have 1 chicken, you have to register it. 1 backyard chicken, you have to register it. And then you're not allowed to butcher your own chicken on your own property. It's some small place in the east coast, but they were saying that is the new law. So, and when you go there, there's a lot of regulations, like in the cities and stuff. If we're in this type of city in US, you can't have the animals there like that. They won't allow it. So it's a type of freedom that we have here to be able to do this. Realizing that it is work and it is bringing in an income, because if you go and punch the clock and you come and get your money and you go and you buy your meat, or if you raise your own meat and then you have it for yourself, it's the same thing, but only you're benefiting more by doing it yourself. And I think it's taught me to I guess rethink how we do things, rethink how we do things and prioritize and take time. And although we're very busy, and I will stay busy the whole entire day, but it's teaching me, the sun is teaching me, it's time to go inside. It's time to, take a break. So I've learned that. I think I knew this when I came here, and that's what I've been telling everybody. Every challenge, complaint, thing you don't like is opportunity. It's opportunity to make a difference, to make things better, to create a business. And I think I can say that it's changed me a lot in that way. And I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't go back. For $100 an hour job, I wouldn't go back.
Interesting.
I would not go back at all. I will stay here, live this life, and continue to grow and learn and enjoy it.
I wouldn't go back to the US even with $100 an hour.
Yeah.
my title already.
Wow. That's a good one. Yeah. I mean, you done?
Yeah.
With what, like she said, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you know, you are not rushing to go to work, you know. When we were in US, we bought a house, but I never sleep in the house after what? I mean, every 2 a.m. I'm out. Since we bought the house, I have not slept past 2 a.m. Because the work that I do is 365 days. And either rain, shine, snow, you have to go. So imagine. By
house to sleep, but you never sleep in the house.
yeah, yeah. By 2 o'clock, I'm out there. Sometimes you see all white snow, and sometimes you go out there. What you see is deer and skunk, raccoon, and all those to do your delivering. So every morning I have to leave. Every morning, and now I can sleep. Even sometimes I wake up at 4:30. I wake up and come and work out, you know, and then go do my. There is no pressure. So why will you trade this for? I mean, come on, it doesn't even make sense, you know. And if you are fine with your neighbors, you came, they were washing the cars for me. You know, US who's gonna wash your car unless you take it to pay. Yeah, you pay. There's nothing free. You know, but they will come, they will wash. Today, another guy came, he cleaned and all those kind of things. You know, everybody is friendly. So why will you trade? I mean, it's good to go there, you know, but to make the money if you can, and then come back, you know. But there is nothing free. The money that you are going to make is gonna cost you a lot of stuff. They're gonna drain you. They're gonna suck all the life out of you. You know, so like I always said, you know, when people doesn't know, especially this one goes to Ghanaians, young people, you know, if you are 30 years and you wanted to go to United States, think about another 30 or 35 years that you will make your mind that you wanted to come and stay back in Ghana. You can come and go. But to make your mind that I'm coming back to settle, it's going to take you 30 to 35 years
Be able to do that.
to come and settle.
Interesting.
But people
You'll
don't.
be like 65.
Before you come, you are getting old. You can go
What can you do?
and you go and you come and spend 2 hours. You got to go back because when you stay for a month, the bills are piling there. You got to go and work and pay. So before you make your mind that, hey, now I'm tired, I wanted to come back and stay, it's going to take a long time. That's what people doesn't think about it. That is when you go and you have your papers. But if you don't, it can take you about 10 to 15 years before you get your papers.
So you
When-
have to be jumping through hoops and stuff.
When you get your papers at the age, I'm talking about if you win a lottery, you know, that one you get your paper, or when you are married. But when you go as ordinary Joe, who does not have papers, and you are going to struggle to make it, it can take you 10 years. It can take you about 15 years. And some even take them 20 years.
And even people still spend this number of years and come back home with nothing.
Right. So imagine when you are 30 years and you have 10 or 15. Let's say 10, 15, you get your papers.
Almost 50 years.
Now that you are coming to start again, though, now you are, now that you are going to do with everything in your name. And now that you are going to get a job that you will say, okay, this is what I wanted to do. So before you will save money a lot to decide that I'm coming back home to stay, 30 years might be small. You see?
Need to die and go back and continue. Come back
Yeah.
and continue.
Right. But when you go and you win your lottery and go, that one is fine. At least by 3 months, you will get your paperwork and you started working. You know, but if you go and you don't, ordinary Joe, that is going, you connection man did it for you and you get there. It's not easy. It's not.
Now, to be able to end it off, what would you say, all this coming back, just like I asked there, what change or personal growth have you experienced, you know, in your life since moving to Ghana? It could be health, it could be anything.
Yeah, personal growth. You know, in terms of money or anything like that, now I don't think about to become a millionaire.
Why?
No, why? No. I just want to live my simple life. If I can buy something, whatever I want, I can buy it. I'm okay. I don't want to be a millionaire. No, I don't. We don't want to be like that. We just want to, you know, have our farm, enjoying life. So the growth, like my wife was saying, if somebody said, if you give me $100 an hour and I won't go back, then you have to see that there is more hope and enjoyment and everything here. You know, so the growth, I'm not thinking about money. You know, it's all, the Lord always make a way. You know what I'm saying? As long as if I can put food on the table, I have place to sleep, I have air conditioning to blow me, and I can pay for it. That's all I need. If I wanted to go to anywhere, I drive and I go. I don't want to be a millionaire. No, I really don't. I really don't want.
You really have everything. You feel like you're a millionaire already with everything that
Right.
you have, your own food, everything.
Yeah, if I go to the farm right now, I can come with cocoyam,
Organic.
pear,
Yes.
everything. And we have salad that we planted right here. You know, we have everything. Food, that's what I'm telling the people, that try and buy you a land. When it comes to difficulties, you go back to the farm. We have we built 4 room there. You can stay there and enjoy the food. Like when COVID came, you know, you can't even get food in the United States. Everything was gone.
Yeah.
But if you have farm and you go there, you enjoy.
You have 50 acres of a lot of plants.
Yes.
Right.
This is the life.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the life. A lot of millionaires in America can't even get organic food to eat,
No.
Yeah.
even though they have the money to afford.
Right.
Interesting. Thank you so much for talking to me. Now, before we sign off, I want to ask a few questions about a building to add to it, you know, in terms of how much it costs and if people want to, you know, build, you know, how you can be able to help out and stuff.
Yeah, that one. If I'm not, because we build it.
So inflation and everything.
Yeah, but at least it costs about. You know, you see it. It's not a lot of rooms.
How many
But
bedrooms?
it's 3 bedrooms, but we have gym room, we have laundry room, and every room have its bathroom, and we have a what we call visiting bathroom. You know, so every room have their closet, and you know we build it like
Yes, and it's huge.
like United States, the way so you see it's just 3 rooms, but
It's bigger.
you see how big it is. You know, it's huge. You know, but at least it will cost about, if I'm not mistaken, it might be like $120,000. Yeah.
With finishing or just
Yes,
like
with finish. Even when we came, we have spent a lot of money too on certain things, you know. But with 120,000, and what happened is that you can use less to build, right? But what we used to build this one, everything was quality, you know.
So that it can last for a long period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plumbing work.
Buy once and for all.
Right.
Right.
So everything was quality. So when my daughter wanted to go buy stuff, I asked her, which one is the quality? This one is 1 city, this one is 4 cities. Go for the 4 cities. You know, so that's why it went up. You know, sometimes people will build and it's very cheap, but they use any kind of materials to do. But this one was quality.
Deteriorating after some time.
Right, right.
I see. I see. Thank you so much for talking to me.
You're
It's been a
welcome.
wonderful conversation.
You're welcome.
We've enjoyed it.